Hello,
Hey.
and welcome to a episode of the podcast where we're actually missing a big fucking bunch of us.
The other two are going to be very quiet for this podcast.
It's B and F are gone.
They said they had something to do upstairs, and they're on the big bed. I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah,
But they're very serious.
they
so.
took the dummies that we had last week upstairs. They had our names written on the back of their heads.
He took my dummy specifically. But yes, welcome to episode podcast 38, I believe.
Is this 38?
Oh yes.
Oh fuck! Here we are, everybody. You
I
know?
like that every week we're surprised by the number. Like, whoa.
I still never know what fucking episode it is. I always look at you guys. It's episode.
Yeah, no. So yesterday, I ordered iced coffee, and I don't know if there's any remnants of it here, but it was like knocked over in the canister. So when I was bringing it down here, it was trailing throughout the entire fucking house. Coffee, and it was like it's not stained, but holy fuck, was it hard to get off? The driver. I just had to like, that was my intro, and then I just had to slip that in.
Holy fuck, was he on? I gave him that service and he still put my drink upside down.
You can't see it on the floor, but there was like a little, half my delicious iced coffee missing.
Did you complain in the app?
I wanted to, but I was like,
too nice?
That was probably Tim Horton's fault, because it was not, like, how would the cup have fallen out of those carton things? Those are pretty secure. I got 2 iced coffees. The other one was like, I don't know if it was.
This was probably leaking in that guy's back seat, honestly, or in his bag.
Oh, guaranteed. It was probably on the porch as well.
Or
weird. Really annoying.
Maybe it was his fault and he took a sip and tried to put it back.
Whenever that happens, I'm always thinking, because like the other one, I bought 2 iced coffees. The other one tasted weird, and I'm like, did they poison it? Did I order too much from them? Are they getting mad?
Poison? Immediately, I went. He dipped his balls in this.
I was like, my logic was, you know what? The flavor is too strong, so there's no way it's anything weird. That's like, if they spit in it, that's going to require a lot of spit to make it taste different.
But if he soaked his balls in it,
yeah, it would have to be a very long soak to get that kind of flavor. Like,
so yeah, because I haven't talked about it enough, because I guess I'm a fucking narcissist. Audiobooks. From what I've read, I'm 12 hours into this new one I'm at. It's a 44-hour book. And
so what's been happening with that, story-wise?
Like I said, I'm reading it, and the show that came out in the early 90s.
Yeah, the TV series, the
miniseries. The miniseries is a lot closer to the book.
That's interesting. I guess that's why Stephen King liked it a lot. I'm pretty sure he liked it, right?
Except I know that the house on Neibolt Street is like heavily. That's like the only thing that's different, big time, is that fucking clown. And the house on Neibolt Street is like really just.
Like, I'm still scared of that clown just from like being a kid, and like this thing was like beyond terrifying. This was like, for me, The Grudge. You know, I'm scared of The Grudge. This was like, you see this and like, you run. Yeah,
people don't like clowns.
That's funny.
It's so funny because it's supposed to make you laugh, and we're just like, fuck this guy.
Like, what happened? What changed to where was it?
Yeah, were clowns revered at one point?
Was it Gacy? Did he actually change it?
Oh, I don't know if it was Gacy.
Because what year was it? What rough time period did everything change?
When did we switch our view on clowns? Like, I remember not. Well, you got to remember, this book was written. I mean, before the miniseries came out.
I feel like Stephen King was inspired by the reputation that clowns have to make this guy a clown, a fucking clown, right?
Yeah. So it's got to be before.
So it's before this.
So it's got to be like the 80s.
I guess so.
Because the book takes place in the 50s. And
right,
the movies take place in the 80s. They did a year shift, which is whatever, you know. The only thing the only big difference is, like, if you really think about it, kids didn't have those names that strong in the 80s. Richard, William.
It's kind of true.
Edward.
Yeah, they had like
Beverly, especially Beverly in the 80s.
Anyways, there's a lot of names out there.
There are some timeless names. Like mine, Alex. Been around forever. Well, it's not really my full name. My full name and address and social security and credit card numbers
it's not my full name according to my ID.
But like going by Alex, like, fuck, Alexander the Great's been around forever.
That's where you go to.
He's not still alive.
He's been around forever. That motherfucker.
I just talked to him last week. You know how he's doing?
Yeah.
Great. He's Alexander the Great. Because he's
What a
always
name.
doing great.
Yeah, I don't have anybody. It's like, who's named my name? John Odds.
Chris,
Throughout history. There's only been one.
Actually, the one that I can think of is a dirty motherfucker. And it makes sense with how I say you're the dirtiest motherfucker in the world and don't know it. But 50 Shades of Grey. That guy's name was Christian Grey.
Okay.
So you
Rhymes.
like to hurt women.
I was thinking, I was thinking about it. I'm not gonna.
I was thinking about really taking up the mantle.
Yeah.
Fighting women at
all
night.
the other Christians before me. Got to carry on the legacy.
You just dress up and go out at night and beat up women.
Yeah, I know. Whenever I hear that
You're the
somebody
weird
else has my
Batman.
name, I'm always like, son of a bitch. And so there's always like, fuck you. You think you're better than me?
Oh, I hated it in school because I hated the fucking dynamic of like kind of your identity gets stolen. Like if there's another Alex in your class.
Yeah.
Because then you become either like Alex with your middle initial or they just
I
call
know.
you something different. And it's just like, fuck you. Like, this is my name. I don't like to
Yeah.
share it with this motherfucker.
Or they like have your name. Like for me, it would be Chris.
Yeah, and then
No.
there's a Chris and a Christian. And it's
Yeah.
like, this motherfucker. It's like, fuck you. You know what I'm called at home? Actually, they called me my full name at school. And because that's what you guys kind of know me as.
Right. Yeah.
But they called me, I was always Alex at home. Didn't know my full name until I was like 10 years old. Because what do you do when your nickname, everybody calls you it forever?
That's true. Yeah.
Like, if everybody called you Chris until after you were 10, they're like, no, your name's Christian. You'd be like, well, fuck, what the fuck? When wasn't I let in?
Yeah.
But nobody called you Chris.
That's true.
'Cause that sounds like,
Yeah,
you're
it
this
was
age.
only like in school with like teachers because the other students might have been had my name, I guess, because it's like a high school. There's a fuckload of kids there, so it is what it is.
well, yeah, my high school wasn't big. Was there a couple Christians in your class?
There was at least, yes, there was. Not anymore though. I got rid of him,
I got rid of him right quick.
and then there was one.
I'm not calling anybody my name.
So I hear your name's Christian.
You're trying to dominate me like that.
Yes. Well, yes. I don't know why I said it like that.
Trying to dominate me, make me call you my name. Oh, that's so fucked up. Another thing that's fucked up, Kellogg's. We're late to this story, but I think this story is fucking
Kellogg's?
hilarious.
Okay. Have you noticed my cereal?
Is it all Kellogg's?
Holy fuck, that'd be scary. 3 boxes of Kellogg's. The most bland cereal ever.
Wait.
French
You're thinking
Toast
Special
Crunch.
K. Kellogg's is the brand.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That
no,
might be
am.
Kellogg.
Well,
Vector
you know
is
what? Maybe.
Kellogg's.
Yeah, it could be. I got Vector and French Toast Crunch, by the way. I know people cannot see.
But yes, so the owner of Kellogg's,
Okay.
because, inflation and everything's going up. Hold on.
You just love it. You love all the suffering out
I
there in
do.
the world. The inflation. Just
I'm
really
safe.
losing it.
You guys are fucked. I make it seem like I make millions off this fucking podcast. No, but the CEO, owner, whatever the fuck it is of Kellogg's
Oh, yeah.
was just like, in these hard times, everybody should just start eating cereal. It's a
I
big
heard
box
that.
for the whole family.
That's wild.
And it's just like, you're telling everybody in these hard times, just buy my fucking cereal.
I know. That's insane.
That's so fucking funny.
But it's like out of a cartoon. Like in these hard times, you should just be drinking Coca-Cola. Like Coca-Cola is only like 99 cents a can.
If you have enough cans, you actually get a free can. And that's double the savings. They'd say something weird like that.
Where was
But yeah,
it?
isn't that fucked? I would love to see the set of balls on that man.
Oh.
Because they must be fucking huge after he said that fucking shit. Because that's insane. I wish I had the confidence to just be like, listen, poor motherfuckers.
That's what I
I'm
would.
living in my big fucking house and not eating this. I probably eat some fucking low fat fucking.
That's what I
shit.
would do. I would if I was like I owned like pizza and shit. I would just be like, you should try this $1.99 pizza. It would help with because I know times are hard. eat my pizza. There's a 2-for-1 deal going on right now. I imagine people did not go for this.
I wish people fucking just were like, no, they didn't go for it, but I wish people were just like, they were gung-ho, because that would be so fucking hilarious if all the things were like that. Listen here, you dirty fucking poor bastards.
Oh,
when
I know, that's
live
the
in my
worst part.
fucking mansion and I can buy whatever the fuck I want, you poor bitches buy my product.
I know.
Because it's actually, but you know what? I kind of see it. A box of cereal. But honestly, if you eat cereal and you can, like, one bowl, if that's enough for like dinner, you're fucked.
Really depends on. Wow, look at the brands that Kellogg's has. Fruit Loops, Raisin Bran. Forced to love that.
Yeah, but do they? Let's see if
Apple Jacks. Oh,
okay,
that's
Cinnamon
great.
Toast Crunch can't be there. This might be a controversial opinion, but I
Special
actually
K.
like Apple Cinnamon Cheerios more than I like Apple Jacks.
Really?
I think they got more flavors, and they don't look radioactive.
They're not as radioactive. It's very true. Yeah, I do like whatever cereal Forrest bought recently. It is like apple cinnamon hoops, whatever the fuck that's called.
Is it no name?
Cheerios? It might be Cheerios. No, I think it is. It's probably Kellogg's. It's probably among this. Maybe it's,
They're Among Us.
It's, oh, speaking of Among Us, I do actually have that. But
I laughed looking up a clip that we had before, and it was so fucking funny. And we were just playing games, and this was from something else. But okay, so we all watch movies together.
Yeah.
And fucking and Forrest, he was having trouble with watching his movies on the site, and I was like, I'm on it, and Christian was like, I'm on it, and we're like, what's going on? So I asked him, send me a picture of your home screen, because I was like, let me see what's going on, let me see if the option's there, and the motherfucker sent me his phone's home screen. With all of his apps,
like all of the random apps. He meant you're supposed to send the app that we use to do the watch parties. Send that home screen, not your phone's home screen.
And then I just look and I'm like, why the fuck is Among Us on there? Who are you playing Among Us with?
Oh yeah, you look at that. The one
None of us are playing Among Us with him.
Like, Among Us? What? But yeah, that's a fucking hilarious.
And I was like, why the fuck would you ever think that?
Like you're trying to figure out why the app isn't working. And you're like randomly, can I check out your phone's home screen, please? I want to see what apps you got. That doesn't make any sense. Fuck, that
I
was
need to
good.
know more about you, bro.
We were
Please
playing like
send me
Kingdom
that.
Hearts, and I was just had to take a pause there and just laugh.
Ooh, this is a good, like two things with a handlebar, you stand on it, 2 wheels. What's that called?
Like a
Segway.
Yeah, it's called I say motorcycle.
A motorboat.
You know those
A
like,
motorboat.
you know the one-wheeled bike. That's where my mind, like the giant wheel, the classic. That's where I went.
Well,
I
like
didn't
the
think
big
of,
wheel, small wheel?
yeah, actually.
It's not one big wheel.
Oh, well, actually, there is one, not a big wheel, but there is like a monocycle. I'm pretty sure that's what it's
unicycle.
called. Oh, is that what it's called? Okay. I feel like mine works too. Mono one cycle.
Yeah, but nobody calls it
in a different timeline. I am right. You can say that about a lot of things, I guess. Somewhere out there in the multiverse.
Right. Okay, so I want to talk about old people and their fucking phones, because it makes me. I work in a place where there's older people that I work alongside, and they always come up to me and they got like fucking weird phone issues, and I'm like, I never experienced this, and it's just like, so this is the best example I have. I walked into a room and I don't know this girl very well, and then she was like, "Do you have an iPhone or an Android?" And then or Samsung.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I got an iPhone. And then she was like, oh, okay, I have an Android. You wouldn't know what to do about this. I turned my whole screen green. And I'm like, how the fuck did you do that?
What?
No, you did it. Like, how the fuck does that happen?
I've never seen that before.
And like, you could see her settings in the background. And then her screen was still green.
Wow, that is insane.
And then I was like, I have no idea. Yeah. And then like 5 minutes later, I fixed it. Now I'm like, how the fuck did you fix it? How did you do it and then fix it and not know either?
How did you break it? Anyway.
Like a fucking green phone screen is such a weird, obscene thing to happen. Why would it be green?
Yeah,
Why would it ever
wow.
need to be green?
That is insane. That is fucking wild. That doesn't make. I've never had issues like that ever. Like I've never even cracked my fucking phone ever. Well, one time. Ironically, I was getting new glasses, and then my phone fell to the floor and cracked the glass. But yeah.
Oh,
that
one
sucked.
time
That's a bad feeling.
I had a phone fucking destroyed. So me and my ex
Yeah.
were ripping up the fucking patio stones in the backyard. Like it wasn't really
Okay.
patio stones; it was fucking chunks of cement. And we had this big metal pry bar to fucking hit shit, and fucking pry things up. And I put my phone on the ground to listen to music, and she was using it and
No,
fucking
fuck.
chucked it. And the phone bent in half because she threw it right on the phone.
Wow.
And I didn't notice the music go out. Like the party stopped right then
Yeah.
and there. But yeah, she
Did it
threw
do a
the
record scratch?
She javelined the fucking thing, and it landed right on my phone. And when I looked, the phone, I still have the phone because
That's a unique
I can
way
send it
for
a picture of the phone. But I have it. It was bent up completely. The whole screen shattered.
Damn.
And then she's like, "I'll replace it." I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
But I was
You
like,
javelined your
I was
phone.
like, "Fucking bitch was going for the Olympics."
Yeah.
Fuck,
Wow.
watched it.
I've never heard a phone.
It was probably suppressed hate and regret.
My favorite is yeah. So it was probably suppressed rage. That's all it was. My favorite is somebody dropping their phone in a zoo. A chimpanzee grabs it and he starts like flipping through the apps. And I didn't break the phone. I don't know what happened to it actually. And then there's another one where this like platypus grabs a phone and he's like doing dives with it. I'm sure the person up there is like, "Fuck give the fucking thing back."
I like how you're like, "Fuck, can't offend the chimps."
Yeah, it's like whoa.
Just in case Planet of the Apes ever happens.
Oh yeah,
we can offend the chimps.
they already know I don't root for them. We can't. I'm already digging my grave.
Oh.
But we mentioned Among Us like, several times, and I want to bring this up because I didn't actually know this was a thing. It's getting an animated TV series, and they announced their cast, and their cast is a lot of known names. So Red is going to be Randall Park from not a lot of things, I guess, but he was also in The Office as a.
Well, he was in Marvel. He was also played Kim Jong-un in The Interview.
He was in Marvel. What was he from?
Yeah, he's the fucking
Oh,
FBI agent.
he's the guy with the magic trick in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you got she looks familiar. I don't know what she's from.
You know what
Ashley
she's?
Johnson.
Isn't that the girl who was interviewed at the end of the Avengers? I think I'm right on that one. I think that girl was interviewed at the end of the Avengers.
Oh yeah, the Avengers. You're right. Wow, she's been in like a lot of things, but a lot of stuff I'm.
She was in Recess.
Apparently, maybe she was just.
Isn't that funny that I knew that? I was like, I know this girl's face. She was interviewed at the end of the Avengers.
She has been in a lot of stuff
she's
as
from
well.
Community.
So she's gonna be Orange. And Elijah Wood himself.
Elijah Wood himself.
He's gonna be green. Well, actually, that must have been intentional.
It's me.
It's also the cloak, the color of his cloak in Lord of the Rings.
Relax.
No, it's mine.
Don't you take this from me.
He's gonna be green. That's gonna be. I mean, I don't know who's developing this series, but why not? Why not? Like, what the fuck's it gonna be? Is it gonna be like John Carpenter's It? Is that like the entire premise is one of them is gonna be sus,
so it's
right?
The Thing, not It.
Oh yeah, fuck. The It. John Carpenter's The Thing.
You got John Carpenter's It.
Yeah,
you're just giving John Carpenter Stephen King's
Stephen
credits.
King would kill me. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's going to be its premise. It's kind of been done before. I know X-Files has done that as well, where you're an excluded area and one of them is an
I'll
alien.
just say these developers fucking hit it out of the park. They had a hit game to the point where it's getting a TV series.
That must be nice.
And I think they locked this in at the right time because Among Us ain't big anymore. Nobody gives a fuck about Among Us.
Yeah, it's true. It's up and down, but right now it's just kind of.
I think it could be a neat show because just the premise of there's something on this ship killing us, and we're just.
I agree as well.
It can be very comedic.
I know they're gonna how there's usually two suspicious individuals. That's gonna be a twist. You're gonna discover one, but your friend over there, he's a fucking alien too. Do
you think there'll be multiple aliens?
Oh, you know what? Compared to Suicide Squad Kills Justice League, these numbers you're seeing, that's very good numbers for Steam. For reference, Suicide Squad has roughly 300 people playing it right now, while as of 17 minutes ago, 5,600 playing Among Us. So that must be embarrassing for them because they worked 10 years on that fucking game. But hey, not bad.
On Suicide Squad?
Yeah, it's. You know what? Instead of talking out my ass.
I don't want to ever imagine that again.
783 as of 10 minutes ago. That's like that's more than 5 times less.
You just had to flex your math skills.
Yeah, I had to do.
You did 7 times 5.
I did something. I don't know. I'm scared.
Add the zeros.
I'm scared. That really came out of nowhere. That was guttural and like TikTok going away potentially. China getting angry.
China, and also speaking. Okay, I told you this already, but I need to tell them. I don't want to tell you because this is fucking funny to me. But I got 2 compliments yesterday. One was, yes. And this is why I'm gonna be like this. But somebody.
That's also why I'm going like this.
This is why I'm gonna. Yeah. So right. Then I saw a teacher who I rarely see was like, "Have you been working out? You look good." And I was like, "Thanks, man." Boom, 1. And then my coworker was like, "You have big forearms," and both guys. And that's when I'm like, "Wow, I can really take this compliment."
Right.
So then, and also I think one of the higher ups kind of, well, somebody said something recently too, and she's like, "Yeah," she's like the higher up, and she was like, "Yeah, I can tell you 2 work out." And I was like, "This is a little inappropriate."
Yeah, like she was busy, and she was like, "Should I do a double take?" And like,
well,
damn.
We were just like ready to go there and lift shit, and then she was like, "I can tell you 2 work out," and I was like, "1, I don't." So thank you for the compliment. Yeah. And 2, weird thing to say, lady.
You're just like, well, what? First off,
very
inappropriate. Second off, no, I don't.
Like I would, okay, in a professional setting, I could take those compliments from the guys. But when a woman does it to like me and this other guy, it was a nice compliment, but I'm still thinking like, like not the point. Like that's like if she came up behind me and she was like started squeezing my arms and she's like, "I could tell you work out." It's like, okay.
As long as it's not your coworker.
So I was like, yeah. So I got that 1 compliment, and then my friend at work said I got these big, tasty, sexy forearms. And then my mom was like, I was like, yeah, I got this compliment about my forearms. And then my mom, without skipping a fucking beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you jerk it. I was like, that's my fucking mom right there, bitch. This girl knows me. This fucking bitch knows me. And I was like, you got me. You got me.
You got me.
I loved it so much. I was like, when you know, you know. But speaking of big forearms, Rasputin, Rasputin, his penis.
Recently discovered. His OnlyFans leaked.
Quick segue. I just want to say, because I want to be a Karen about this. Okay, on Twitter, every once in a while, I'm scrolling down and then I'll just see like, this girl was leaked. And it's like just minutes after. And I'm like, you can't be leaked if nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, I think if you have leaks, somebody has to know. Like,
it's all
you're a big name. You have to have a big name to be leaked.
Marketing ploy.
I understand what they're trying to do, but it's like, you're not being leaked. You just fucking suck. So back to the original topic, Rasputin's penis. According to one legend, Rasputin's penis was cut off after his death and shared between his devotees.
Jeez.
And I don't know what shared means. But then I kept reading and it said others believe a cult of Russian expats literally worshipped the penis in hopes that its powers would rub off on them. I don't want any penis to rub off on me.
I wouldn't put it past them though, because there's been some weird rituals for like fertility and stuff like that.
Sound like you've been a part of it. I'm just letting you know.
How windy is it out there? You hear that?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a hurricane, by the way.
However, the reality of its fate was likely, and they thought it would rub off on them and grant them fertility. From where it ended up, reportedly, it's enormous size. Enormous penis that these people thought would rub off on them.
Here's the thing, like, yeah, I was like, that's not going to be a microphallus, as Forrest would say.
I was in the group chat or whatever. Forrest tried to get us, and he's like, a microphallus, and I was like, small dick, and then he's like, I didn't think you'd fucking know what that was. He tried to pull one over on us.
Cut my mic.
I was like, I know what a fucking phallus is. I have one. I hope to God I know what that is.
I know very well what a microphallus is. You think you could fool me?
Stop reminding me.
Yeah. And I took that personally.
Stop bringing up my microphallus. One other thing I wanted to go off. You can pull this one up. Right in Mazda Zoom 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 song. I think that this is so fucking funny because marketing back in the day was one word. There's one
I know,
word
you know what?
spoken.
I remember this really, like, I know
the song?
this. Oh, yeah. I don't know that. All I know is zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah, but then
I used to say that shit all the fucking
and
time.
They're like, zoom, zoom, zoom.
Okay, so
like,
I'm gonna. I'll include this. That should be okay. Here it comes.
He loves it.
That's it. Look at that.
I love
That's
when
hilarious.
the background singers come in. They're like, zoom, zoom, zoom. It's like, what the fuck is this?
This was their entire thing.
Why is it showing a bunch of people rolling around in chairs?
It's all about zoom, zoom, zoom with this. They could still be doing this. I don't know.
There's another one. If you write in "Welcome to the Swamp," Subaru. That's another one I remember. If anybody else remembers that.
Welcome to the swamp.
This guy's real happy about his car, though. That's the kind of person you cannot be sad around him. You're gonna be happy.
Can you go right back to the beginning just so I can hear "Welcome to the Swamp"?
Welcome to the swamp.
Welcome to the swamp. Damn.
Like, I feel like that's what, like, when like really grotesque people say when they like want their ass eaten.
Welcome to the swamp. It's RE7. Welcome to the family. This same looking
And he
vibes.
punches him, right?
Yeah, it's welcome to the family, son. He punches him in the face.
Son,
Yeah,
goddamn,
he says
what
son.
is this?
I know he's asserting dominance in that scene.
He's just slapping around, calling him a little bitch. Zoom, zoom. I can't believe you fucking remember that.
I know zoom, zoom, zoom for sure.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. It's like, we got to record our own version of that. I would love that. With your guys' deep voices and me just in the back, zoom, 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 rolling around on a chair. There's way too many people rolling around in chairs in that. Like, what does that have to do with zoom, zoom?
I know.
You're not going fast rolling around. Look at you. You're moving. You're not going too fast.
Moving around. Also, it's funny that they put like kids there because they're really trying to get them. That's what they're like.
They're not fast.
That's why I want to buy Mazdas.
Christian, I can outrun kids.
Yeah. So last week we talked about the creator for X-Men 97 being fired unceremoniously, and we didn't know why. We have some. It's never been confirmed, but a leaker that's very reputable has said some things. So, first off, we know that this guy had an OnlyFans. We didn't bring much attention to it because it was said that it was not explicit. However, according to Jeff Snyder, this guy, like some of the executives at Disney, have found his OnlyFans to be creepy. And his entire attitude on set was said to be he was just very hard to work with. One of the things was he said that he would only work with or hire super fans of X-Men. And that's the thing where I'm like, shit, if this show was good, then, because like it sounds like he was trying to push against a lot of other people that might change shit about the show. And the entire show's about nostalgia. You don't want to change a whole lot.
Honestly, that's a really good thing to do. Is to hire people who actually care about the source material.
Like that's the thing. That was the entire argument was that he would only work with people that love the source material. So that's why he was hard to work with. If that's the reasoning, god damn, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna wish this guy was back.
Like, I don't know what that boils. Does the lighting man need to know about X-Men?
I know. I'm
wondering if that's just the writing staff. Because if it's just the writing staff, that's a great thing.
How do they define hard to work with? You know what I mean? Like Henry Cavill was hard to work with on the Witcher set. And Henry Cavill just wanted the thing to be accurate to the book. All the writers, like the show's going downhill right now because they veered right off course. They haven't read the fucking book. They don't care. So, you know what I mean? It's like about definition and shit. We'll see how this shakes out. The show's coming out in a couple days.
I think the show's going to be great. Didn't they say they already wrote season 2?
Season 2 is already written by the same guy. So I think
season 1 and 2 will be good.
That's why it's so shocking because season 1, 2 is going to be good. So you know what? I'm going to say it's going to be a solid 6 out of 7, 6 out of 10. And that's enough for me.
What a scale.
Yeah. I'll let you guys figure that out. It's like a 67 out of 80. That's what I'm feeling. What does that mean? The fuck does that mean?
Why are you confusing everybody?
But next week, I don't know. I'm going to check out when it's going to come out, actually. It's coming out March 20th. So that'll be. So next week we'll be talking about this. And hopefully we'll be saying, hey, I know that reference. We'll find out.
I just realized I brought up the It book and I never spoke about what was the two things I actually wanted to talk about. And that was that between reading these two books, I realized, maybe I did say this, I have no idea, but that nobody knows how to swear in books.
That's true. Yeah,
I was reading like American Psycho and the swears were weird and he called a girl a stupid bitchy. And I'm like, this guy doesn't know how to fucking swear.
Nobody talks like that.
Yeah.
Nobody calls somebody a bitchy. Not like a bitchy.
Yeah, and that's in the movie too.
I know. Yeah, you're saying that to me before. Like everybody doesn't seem to know how to write swears in books.
Yeah, it's
they seem to be very out of touch.
Cockface.
Yeah.
Bitch. And it's like, okay.
Nobody talks like that.
One of the funniest things in the It book, and it actually made me laugh, was that there's a big kid, right?
Yeah.
There's the big kid, fucking Ben Hanscom.
Chudley.
Which he's already set up for failure with that fucking last name. The bullies approach him and they're like, hey, look, it looks like Santa Claus brought Hanscom a fat pair of tits. And I'm like, oh,
what? That's insane.
I think it was like after winter break. And it's like, Santa Claus brought a fat pair of tits for Christmas.
That sounds like that he might be a little interested. I don't know. Like, what?
And I was just like, okay. And then just the way that I know that in this book, and this is not why I'm reading, I just need that to be out there, but there's like orgy scene in it.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that there's a lot building up to this, and some of the writing is so weird, especially that it's like the one kid, Richie, if you've seen the books or movies.
Right.
Well, you don't see you just looked at the book. If you've seen the miniseries in the movie, Richie, he has a big mouth and he's like starts mouthing off to the fucking zombies.
Wow. You said it was accurate. The zombies in this shit.
He's mouthing off to the zombies. And then he starts mouthing off to the bullies. And then in the book, it's like, it's seen from another character's perspective. And it's like, Bill's like, I knew Richie was mouthing off. And they knew somebody was coming, but they knew they were going to get Richie hard by then. And I'm like, okay.
What? Okay.
Like, when do you ever refer to beating somebody down as getting them hard?
He got him really hard. Did you hear what happened to, I don't know what his name is.
Did you hear what happened to Richie?
Did you hear what happened to Richie? They got
I love
him
that
down
you
hard.
say it to the guy who dies in the second part.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right.
But yeah, it's like he got hard by then.
I know, it's that terminology.
Wait, I said he got hard by then. That's not what it was.
That's not what happened.
The bullies were beating on him and he got so hard.
You know what's funny? I just read. I watched a YouTube short last night when I was half asleep. I read there's superheroes that there's actually one, I guess, band superhero that gets his superpowers when he uses cocaine. Like he snorts a bunch of cocaine and then he can lift shit. So, hey, that's funny. What the fuck is that about?
Like, does the cocaine like enact something in his brain?
I guess so. Here he is. If you guys want to look, there's a cocaine superhero.
Snowflame?
Oh, his name is Snowflame. Oh, that's perfect. Wow. So this guy is not going to get a remake or a reboot anytime soon.
Yeah. So the part where I was like, oh shit, was there's a part in that has never been included in either the miniseries or the movie, but there's this chapter that's like a segue, and they tell you kind of like the influence of the town. And it's like there was this dad who was like abusive to his kids. And then like one day he just got fucking angry and beat the kid to like the 8-year-old kid to death with a hammer he bought.
Jesus Christ.
And it's like they're recounting it in the court. And then it's like, did the kid have any last words? And it's like, while I was beating him with the hammer, he looked at me and said, Daddy, stop. I love you. And I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. How could you do that?
Yeah.
That's too fucked up. You can't put that in there. You can't beat a kid to death with a hammer and have him look at you.
I also
Daddy,
think
stop. I love you.
The case is probably closed if the guy's admitting to beating the kid with a hammer. You don't have to like, what kind of expression was he making? like, did he try to, like, why do you need the details? You know.
Did he say where the treasure was buried?
Like, did he have any last words?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Did he say anything before he died? And it's like, Daddy, stop. Yeah, so this was a crazy thing of happenstance between. There's just some times where me and my brother say the exact same fucking thing because we're pretty much the exact same person at times. And we are playing Final Fantasy. We just beat Final Fantasy 7. He beat it. He beat it. So we get to discuss it tonight at his shindig that he's having. And very excited for that. But we were talking about like Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
And we were like, yeah. And then he's like, he said, until they make a movie, and right away, I know that they did an animated. So I was like, yeah, like another Advent Children. And he's like, well, maybe like a live action. And then I was like, I don't know how that would go over. And then both of us, without skipping a beat, just like Dragon Ball Evolution. And we're like, oh, fuck. And then I was like, I thought of that right away because of the spiky hair. And he's like, I thought of it because of the spiky hair.
It's always a spiky hair. No one can replicate that or pull it off in real life.
Because it's something so unnatural.
Okay, so Final Fantasy VII cosplay is the closest you can like get an idea. Like this. Is that not a good Aerith?
It's Cloud's hair that's hard to pull off.
Cloud. Why are the images so fucking small? Okay, I can't click on them because it makes it smaller. But
maybe if you click on it.
Oh yeah, look, Thigh cosplayer shows up as Cloud.
You said
I said
that's
thigh. Fucking thigh. Look at that. That could work. That's not bad. Actually,
I don't think that guy's real. That's a statue.
No, it's real. Look, cosplayer shows up as Cloud Strife to buy something new.
Zoom in. Right click.
I don't know.
Enhance.
I don't know if I can
Enhance.
zoom. This is max zoom.
Why can't
honestly,
you be cool like the CSI people? Enhance.
Maybe the face, you can get somebody else. But overall, this is a proof of concept, studios. You can make it right. You can bring Resident Evil to live action and not fuck everything up.
It's all about Resident Evil. They have normal hair.
Yeah, but did you see how they ruined
like
it?
Vincent. Let's go to Vincent.
Okay, Vincent, that's a good one.
He's got great. Well, his hair is kind of like Aerith.
Vincent's my favorite character. This looks like Alucard from Hellsing. Badass. I
don't know what you're talking about, but that motherfucker right there ain't real.
This one's from the game. Some of these could work. I know, like the very bright red. You can't go with that. It's too clean, and it's
always
here.
like a dirty red.
Yeah, like his cloak is tattered, not because he did it for style. I imagine it just in the line of work.
You know what's one of the stupidest things? That Spawn's cape is tattered.
Spawn? Oh yeah. So that's for style. That's like he knows it looks good.
Yeah, his whole suit's about just looking sexy.
We should also talk about the Crow. But first off, look at this. These are cosplayers. Maybe they need to be a little bit more built to pull off, because I know everybody in Final Fantasy is like they're more built than that. But overall, that could work. It's possible.
Yeah, the original time they showed Cloud, people were talking about how little his arms were, so they like beefed him up a bit.
Okay, that makes
Did you
sense.
ever?
I don't know.
Because when the Final Fantasy remake was first announced,
Yeah.
they showed what first sparked interest was that they did a tech demo for the PS3 when it was coming out. And they showed like, this is what Final Fantasy VII's opening could look like if it was on the PS3. And then after that, everybody was like, we need a remake of this. And eventually they got to it 7 years later.
Wow. But
that's the coolest thing, is that like, I think this game will come out quicker, the second one, just because of all the assets they have now.
They don't have to build a whole lot. They have Sephiroth. They have him. They've got lots of areas that you can revisit.
Areolas.
Yeah, they can revisit. They don't have to develop the 7 years. That's enough time, Square Enix. You got it right.
You know, there is, because there's one point where Cloud has to take his shirt off, and there are areolas.
They had to get that perfect.
They had to get those
Fans
little
complained at the tech demo, the cinematic that they leaked.
But wow, like they brought everybody back for the remake.
Yeah.
I mean, Rebirth. Like everybody who was in remake came back, and it's like they introduced some new characters where it's like, oh, maybe we won't see this guy, but they brought him back, and it's like,
yeah.
Even if the character wasn't like 100%, it's still pretty cool that it's like, no, we're not going to forget about these people. We introduced them, and we're going to follow through with them. Yeah,
they seem like they actually care about the game they're making, and they're not gonna do an RE3 and exclude some areas just for the sake of getting it out there in time.
Getting it up.
That was developed in a year, and it was made by their B team as well. Fuck that.
Making babies.
Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, I think at this point, I don't know, the Crow trailer released. Did we even talk about it last week? I don't think so. Probably not.
Like you had a conversation with yourself there. Do we even talk about that?
I'll do the fucking Jeremy Johns thing. I'll do this and then I'll explain over here. I don't think we did. Well, then I guess I'll talk about it. Like, what? I'm just going insane.
No, but we didn't. But that's pictures of the old Crow.
Yeah, that's true. I just typed in the Crow. I watched the trailer. It follows beat for beat the same as the original trailer. Big difference, and it's a stupid thing they get hung up on, I guess. But this guy has short hair, and I know there's a lot of crows out there from. Well, yeah, that might get pissed at me. I know there's a lot of crows out there from like other comics, but I only watched one Crow. I never watched Crow in Los Angeles. I think they both might be there. I don't know. City of Angels. I just overall it looks good. I just wish he had long hair. That's my takeaway.
Actually, I watched the trailer and so many. Okay, every time that I saw a comment, it was just like, they did this in the original, and this was. But it's like this is more of an adaptation of the comic than it is the movie, and then it's just. I find it weird that it's like so many people are like, this has to be this way. And I'm like, why does it have to be that way?
They're holding this like it's very, very sacred. Like it's more sacred than how...
I didn't know people cared that much.
I know. Like, with Tolkien and like anything Lord of the Rings, that's where it's like, don't touch this. Like that, they're holding it like, it's precious to them.
I'm so sad that they haven't... Like Indiana Jones is quite possibly, when you think about it, the funnest franchise.
Yeah.
Like it's a treasure hunter who you get to make up these amazing... Oh my God.
Amazing things.
Amazing. Oh, wait. What kind of confession is that? I'm Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also watched Indiana Jones. I only watched the first movie and I liked it a lot.
Oh, the other two are great. And then I don't even mind Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I think people didn't like that they brought in aliens, and it's like, why can we bring in monsters but not aliens?
I think it's a cool idea. I know it's like obviously it's not real, but the idea of ancient aliens is a fun one. I know it's not real, by the way. I'm just saying.
As you say ancient aliens, your hair starts turning into that guy who speaks about aliens.
So aliens.
Yeah. You come back, the whole podcast just switches to aliens.
Yeah. Speaking of aliens.
No, but I don't know why people had such a big gripe with it. Like it's like we can bring in monsters but not aliens, and it's like aliens are more believable than monsters. Like, and not only that, you bring in religious stuff. Like the first one's about the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is religious fucking magic
more
believable than aliens?
I don't get that. I think it was maybe it was Shia.
I know there's some shit where it's like Shia LaBeouf swing, they just killed him off in the new movie. But where it's like he's fucking swinging with monkeys, and it's like, well, whatever.
Man, but have you seen the latest Indiana Jones?
I didn't. Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny. I know there's time travel in that.
I'm scared to.
I like the idea. I mean, time travel it's always be bad, but if you're going thousands of years back, that's different. That's like the movie Time Machine, which I really like.
See, but Indiana Jones works best when he's going after a certain treasure.
Yeah. And
that treasure yields like crazy results.
My favorite meme is
sexy results.
Yeah. Unusual results. My favorite meme is the fucking like Indiana Jones is going after a treasure, but he's like, that belongs in a museum. And then Padme's like a European museum, right? And he's like looks at him. He's like, no, what a fucking American one. Belongs in an American museum.
I love that you just call her Padme.
Padme.
She wouldn't be talking about Europe if she's Padme.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mention Anakin either. Padme's just there. You know the meme I'm talking about? The whole like they're rolling in the flowers and they're like, I don't know what the fucking actual dialogue is. I just know the memes. But yeah, you know what? It's funny.
You know it. Yeah, and like in the third one, they're going for the fucking cup Jesus drank out of. What is that called? The gold, not golden chalice. What is it? The cup of
Jesus.
Cup of Jesus.
What the fuck's it called? Oh, Holy Grail. It's called the Holy Grail. A little dash of Jesus. The cup of Jesus. I don't know. Indiana Jones.
The cup of Jesus. Oh, you fucker.
That was very low effort.
Like, I imagine that's his coffee brand.
It's true.
Just have a cup of Jesus. I'm excited because I don't know what I don't know if they just de-aged Harrison and he's the one doing the stuff in his earlier scenes or if it's somebody else.
Look how good that is.
I know. I saw the de-aging. It looked fucking amazing.
They could make more adventures.
But the thing that I disliked, especially in The Irishman,
Right.
The Irishman, good movie, but the thing was they made De Niro younger and they made him De Niro. You know what I mean? Like he still was De Niro, so he was still an old man playing a younger person, so he still moved like an old man.
Yeah. I remember that complaint where the movement was stiff or you know what I mean? It was just odd.
it was like he was like hunched and fucking moving and it was like, okay.
So yeah, maybe get a body double and then
I think Harrison might have had a body double.
For this, I imagine he did. It's very good tech though. I still say that the Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean thing was pretty damn good too. You know, the from the latest movie. I think the very last. Actually, no. Yeah, Salazar. The Salazar. That is a de-aged cap. Oh, actually, it's right here too. It's better quality. Oh yeah. See, do more of this.
Just cast younger people?
Do that, but also like use a little AI to make him look like the other guy. Give me more.
No rhyming.
Yeah.
AI to look like the other guy.
Is it still recording? Okay, good. So to finish off, what do you think about The Crow? You think it's gonna be good?
I have a good hope for it.
Okay.
Honestly, I saw the trailer. I didn't see what other people were complaining about. It looks pretty cool.
It does look pretty cool. I really don't understand.
That's like
the
Late
hate
Night with the
it.
Devil looks fucking awesome.
And it's getting amazing reviews. We were looking at it earlier and it has right now 50-30 reviews and it's all like 100% Rotten Tomatoes. And I know they're critics, but that means something still. That 45 reviews, 100%. So basically this movie is about some guy. Try
to say his last name. The actor's last name.
Where is it? Dastmalchian. There, is that right?
Say his first name.
David.
Then it's full altogether.
David Dastmalchian. Yeah. It is a mouthful. It's like, why even have that last name? He is a mouthful.
This guy looks like a mouthful.
See, why does it say 2023? This movie's coming out. Was it released in different area? I don't understand.
It's coming out on well, it says Shudder's releasing it.
Yeah.
But I think it's coming out in theaters, so is it out?
I don't know. That's so weird.
I don't know.
But like, nope. Like there would have been scenes on YouTube that came out.
What's going on over there?
I like the idea if we had, well, I don't like the idea. If we had somebody that was dyslexic and they kept making, as I said, the irony, but you would just call them out on everything. And I don't know. It's like, fuck, you're harsh.
Yeah, imagine we all just have issues and everybody's just making fun of it.
We're just making fun of each other the entire goddamn time. But yes, this movie looks good. I will watch it twice.
I will watch it.
It's funny because I had that as one of my topics. Sony was angry at Dakota Johnson for, I think I might have mentioned this last week, for slamming Madam Web every chance she gets. But it's like, she's right. The fucking movie sucked. Sony, it's your fault.
Yeah,
also,
Sony, you're in the shit for this.
That's fine.
Like, there's also like, I wonder if that
Coyote versus Acme.
What's happening today?
It's we shouldn't be drinking.
The way you said it is like, we're so bad.
Yeah, good shit.
Everybody watch Digimon Adventure Kazuna, and you'll cry your eyes out. I don't even care if you haven't watched Digimon. Fucking watch that movie and realize that you can't let go of anything because you're shit loser.
Yeah, it's all sad. Imagine if Ash Ketchum had to like let go of all his Pokemon because
he was old.
It was like, yeah. And it is like, but what's funny is like in the lore, I think they use Pokemon in war. So, you know, there's a dark undertone to every Pokemon series where it's like you're training them, but for what? Training for war.
I know, but that's the crazy thing is like you can choose to fight. Game. You can choose to fight against this thing, but the more you fight, the less time you have with your best friend. Yeah,
and the Digimon thing, every time you use your Digimon, your connection breaks a little bit until they enter the digital world. That's the one thing, even as a kid, where I learned that these things don't exist in the real world in the cartoon. It's only in the computer. But I know they come out sometimes. That's where I thought it was lame as fuck. I was like, fuck this show. Everyone that loves it. No, that's not that bad. I like the theme song. I don't know if I like the premise of
One
the
of
show.
the top 10 theme songs.
Digimon, Digigomon.
Which Dragon Ball theme song do you like the best?
You know, what comes to mind often, just often, Rock the Dragon. Dragon, Rock the Dragon.
Oh,
Dragon
I loved
Ball
ours
Z.
better.
What was that one?
Dragon
Oh,
Ball.
that's fun. See, I thought
Dragon Ball Z.
It sounds like it was made by the same guy.
Dragon Ball Z. Then it's like, dang, didn't it?
Rock the Dragon.
Talking about Dragon.
Is it talking about Dragon?
I don't know. I think so.
That was Rock the Dragon.
No, I think it's
Rock
talking
the
about Dragon.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon
Dragon
You
Ball.
know what the worst one is? The one that everybody seems to fucking love online. DBZ Kai.
Is it like very anime?
I like the show Kai. It's like a redo of the show, but it's more actually the manga. Dialogue is way better. Here. Oh, it's so gross. Look how lame it is. Oh, it's so bad. I'm gonna
That's
vomit.
bad. Let's go to ours.
Here, Canadian intro. Here's the awesome shit.
Now tell me he doesn't say talking about Dragon.
What does he say? Look, this is pretty fucking badass. Come on. I know you Americans didn't grow up with this, but this is fucking awesome. So like, fuck the dragon.
I think he goes talk about Dragon.
That's a wait.
It's got to be talk about Dragon.
I think I thought it. Yeah, my guess is Rock the Dragon, but it doesn't make sense because it's another song. Unless that's from the same guy and he just likes Rock the Dragon as a lyric.
I guess it is Rock the Dragon. I think it's. I still think it's talk about Dragon.
Talk about dragons. That sounds so funny.
No, but I just think
the shows. We're talking about dragons here, bro.
No, but I think it's even more hilarious because he keeps saying Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And then it's like, for those of you who
I
don't know,
know,
I'm talking about Dragon. Dragon Ball Z.
I know, like it's cool, but also the lyrics are just saying the name of the show. Like he doesn't know anything about the actual.
I think
fucking
Rock
show.
the Dragon, the actual one is. They're gonna hate this take, but I think it's way too all over the place. Dragon, Rock the Dragon, Dragon Ball Z. I think it's way too over enunciated. I think this is a better flow. Even though they're saying
Anybody
the
that
same thing
likes
over and
Kai
over.
out there, the intro for Kai. Come on, people.
Yeah,
Get with
like
it.
if we watch Digimon, the first movie, that's a dub of like the Japanese, like Kazuna or whatever, and they have a lot of like the Japanese music, but when they used more for us, you know what I mean? Like it was like when they did evolved, it was a lot more like rock and roll rather than it's like K-pop, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I do prefer our intros and outros. I have watched dubs like Attack on Titan would have. I mean, actually, that's a bad example. That's the one I fucking like. The Attack on Titan intro is good.
And actually, I like Attack on Titan
Yeah.
for the part where it's like, "Are we the prey? No, we are the hunters." And I think that's in Japanese, but that's what it says underneath.
Okay.
I actually don't know. Holy, they're speaking English, and I'm like, I know Japanese.
We are the hunters.
Are we the prey? No, we are the hunters.
How much did you watch season 1? And then
I watched all of season 1.
okay, I only watched a few episodes into season 2.
I
do
tried
want
to watch
more eventually.
the dub.
Is it
Couldn't
bad?
do it.
Okay, yeah, like I only watched the Japanese version of it, and I don't know if I could do English dub.
We should check it out after this. Just try it.
Attack. I know some of the story, and it goes in wild places.
But thank you all for coming to episode 38 of The Empty Minds.
So where can everybody be found?
You can find me at twitch.tv/BigBudge,
That's
as well
right.
as I even say it for Bobbity when he's not here. So Bobbity188 for Brandon
Yep.
and Appetite for the D for
He
Forrest.
can be found on Twitch and on Movie Idol. That's
And on
right.
X videos.
On X videos as well. They could both be found on X videos, by the way.
They're making a film upstairs right now.
Yeah.
That's why they couldn't be here.
They actually brought the dummies down a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
We didn't want to like call attention to it.
Yeah, they kept saying they were full.
Yeah. We got to get new ones. They're broken.
I don't know. This one's jaw fell right off.
Yeah. You can find me. I'm on Twitch, John Odds. Maybe Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, possibly. I don't know. I'm kind of lazy. I'm also on YouTube, John Odds, and Empty Minds on TikTok. and Fields Apart on TikTok. That's a lot of shit, I know.
So find us there. Go there. Find us now. We
Find
forgot
us
to say it at the start.
and say that you found us, and we'll acknowledge it.
Yeah, and we'll try to acknowledge you, probably.
Peace.
Oh, fuck, I forgot we do this. Did you forget that we do this?
I was like, where is it? A hard outro. It's funny because we don't have to do this.
No,
We just
but I
start
like
doing
doing
it once.
You know what it reminds me of? Like at the end of that 70s show when they have more show during the credits?
Yeah, okay. I was like-
Why do you sound like you're patronizing
I
me?
was stuck on like, we don't have to do it. Like, meanwhile, all they see is this. Like, what are we talking about? Like, we did this once. We don't have to keep doing it. Like, what?
You know, we were actually, like, somebody said that, and that's what I thought. It looked like we were in that 70s show circle originally.
That could have been a good podcast aesthetic.
Yeah, but we'd have to
Aesthetic.
whip every time.
Aesthetic.